in that family.
I guess my question would be, and this is one that DC normally asks, but is it kind of difficult to play that character that's kind of has a totally different personality or belief system than you do? Is that kind of a harder process, or do you find that easy?
Well, first of all, that's there you go. That's what it is. Acting is living, it is seeing the perspective of how somebody else lives. And it's a very, it's combines your intellect with your body and your voice. And so, as an actor, I've done it for so many years, my gosh, like 40, 50, almost 50 years I've done it. Now I sort of just have become much more confident about it, but I would say that you never have it in your pocket. You're always working and searching for it. And I think good actors, they love to do the work. They love to research characters. They love to, research the people that they're, studying to portray. I think that's the joy of what actors do for themselves is, do the work. And I teach acting too. So that's kind of where I can pass that on to my students that love of, I've been teaching and my students are working and, it's just really, it's the love and the passion of what you do. So yes, you do have to come from a different perspective. And if it's not your perspective, even if you don't believe it, I mean, I remember even Last American Virgin, I wasn't Karen. I mean, I never would have picked Rick in that story. I would have picked Gary. And I had to rationalize. I had to, in my head, say to myself, under what circumstance would I go for Rick? And it was really hard because honestly, that wasn't me. And I said, all right, well, I'm playing this character and if she goes through this and what, and so I played it as a girl who was very, she was committed to whatever was in front of her, and if it was like a feather in the wind, she changed with whatever. So if you're nice to her, okay, she's nice to you. And if, that person's nice, then, like she didn't have a center. So I think that's, all actors, and that's the work. That's kind of have to find out how it works for you.
Who was one of your biggest influential people in your life?
Well, I'm going to say this, and I've usually said this, but I'm going to say my family.
Wow.
But I'm going to start with I'm going to say my daughter now because of of acting again, because she inspired me to get back into acting again, but it was to help her with her films. And my daughter, her name is Olivia De Laurentiis, if you want to check out what she does. In fact, very coolly, we are going to be in a movie together this August 16th. This is Bundy. And I talk about doing, again, like taking reality and making another story. We get to act together in this film. And I have to say that she's affected my life. Obviously, my son as well. And my husband, they affect me in different ways, but specifically my daughter for bringing, wanting to be in the entertainment business and bringing that, and seeing myself in her is like the thing she does, is a gift. She did this. I remember, I'll never forget, I'll tell you this little cute story that when she was 6 years old, 6 or 7, she actually worked with Julie Andrews. She did this thing, you could probably see it on YouTube, called The Cat That Looked at the King. Cat, I think that looked at the king, yeah. And she played this little girl with Julie Andrews. It was just her, Julie Andrews, and this young boy. And it's live action. She jumps into a cartoon. But anyway, Julie Andrews she had to play like a young Jane Banks. Like it was sort of like from Mary Poppins. So Olivia had to do an English dialect. And so like I did an English dialect, talked like this in Bill and Ted's. So, I studied it and I worked on it and so forth. And, talking like this. And so Olivia at 7 years old needed to do a dialect. So we went to a dialect coach and she worked with it. But that's not to say that, she's 7. She's 7. Okay. So she's on set with Julie Andrews. And
amazing.
I'm sitting and watching her and she gets up and she she has a scene by herself at the beginning, and she comes in, she talks like this, and oh, what's going on? And she's like, this, and Julie Andrews is acting with her, and I'm like going, oh my gosh, like, how does she have the poise? And that she's not seen me act, like she, at that age, she didn't really see what I did, so to see her do that was mind boggling. And Julie Andrews comes up to me and says, your daughter has the most, spot on English, British dialect. And I was like, what is happening? I mean, it was just, I was just like, as a mother, even like my experience in life was just like, how does your child, the genes that they have, get her to like hit her mark and listen and take direction? And again, she was not someone who watched what I did. So it was kind of instinctive. And I think it's really exciting when a parent has a child and you see yourself in your child sometimes, or, a look or something. It's a beautiful thing. It's just really beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So,
and as a parent, you have to be, and as a parent, you have to be even more proud for their success and what they're doing versus your own.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. In fact, that's like, oh, please. Yes, absolutely. Her career comes first. My son's career, he plays the double bass. His music is incredible. He's just graduating now from DePaul University, and a classical musician.
Fantastic.
Orchestras and phenomenal. And my husband's a writer, he's done like animation and live action, and like just a very creative family. So I have to say, if you have a family, all I could tell you is, and then just from someone who's been like in movies, famous, iconic, don't forget how valuable your family is. Don't take them for granted. Not everyone gets the opportunity to have a family. Cherish, if you put into your family, you will see rewards. But take the time. You gotta take the time. And I stopped acting to be with my kids. I didn't want someone else raising my kids.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna use that comment as a direct that you were talking to my wife of 32 years. She's my best.
Both ways, people. Women and men, both ways, baby.
Both ways. She's my best friend. So we do everything. She's wonderful. But I do have one more question for you that I would like to know. Now, this is very important. What is your favorite 80s musical group? And you can say Van Halen. You can agree with us.
Right. I do love Van Halen. I do. My favorite 80s group. Oh, it's so hard. Because
yes, it is.
That is just not fair, because there's so many great types of music. I mean, so I do this thing, and you guys are good. I'm gonna break out. Okay, I do this thing called 80s in the Sand, and I'm gonna actually do it this year as well. It is a week-long 80s vacation. This year it's gonna be in part of Mexico, off Mexico, the border, somewhere in Mexico.
Okay.
But it has the original bands come, and this year, like Billy Idol is gonna be there.
Oh, wow.
I think
Awesome.
they you can see the list. They have originally they had Berlin. They had Sebastian Bach. I mean, they have the original people playing there, and they have celebrities, which is why I can go. So if you do go to 80s in the Sand, you'll meet me, and you'll meet everybody else who loves the 80s. That's why it's amazing. Cool. I mean, when I heard about this, when I heard about it, I was like, I have to be there. I have to meet my people. Where are they? So
that would be awesome, but DC, I don't think we would get an invite.
No, we wouldn't get an invite.
Well, you can go. Just check out 80sinthesand.com, and you can go. Like it's a vacation. It's like
we'll put that out on the Twitter.
We'll put that out. Now, I do kind of following up on that, since you have that going. I also seen somewhere, and I hope I'm not mistaken on this, but you're going to be at a convention towards the end of July. I want to say maybe in Virginia or West Virginia.
Virginia, I think, yeah.
Would you like to share about that and
yes,
maybe some other projects or appearances you have coming up?
Sure. The convention, I do conventions, and this will be my first convention since the pandemic. So please get your shots. Okay, please get vaccinated so I can touch. But anyway,
Are you going to take the coat?
Right, I will bring the coat. Yes, and the convention brought that up. It's called Scares That Care, and it is a charity organization, and it is in Virginia,
fantastic.
and it's going to be, I think it's July 30th and August 1st and 2nd, 3 days only. So you can come and meet me in person. And I'm also supposed to go to Florida in October, I think, in Orlando. There's a convention, I think it's called Phantasm, maybe, I think. So I'm supposed to go there. I'm also supposed to go to 80s in the Sand in Mexico in October or November, I think October. And then I'm also maybe going to London in September, possibly.
Wow.
To a place called Missing Gallery. So yeah, I do a lot of traveling with conventions, and I love meeting people, and I love people who are excited about the films, and so I hope some of you will come and say hi to me.
Yeah,
And we will definitely put all that out on our
we'll
Twitter
definitely
page.
Put it out. And also, if you would like to share, how can our listeners?
I want to come to Tennessee. I've never been there.
Come on to Tennessee. It's a great
Love
place.
to have you.
Great place.
Yeah, right.
The good thing about Tennessee, if you don't like the weather on one day,
it changes.
About an hour, it'll flip to something else.
It will change for you.
Oh, that's cool.
But
I love big weather. I love changes in weather. I'm a kind of like, I don't know. I just like all kinds of different kinds of weather. So I'm good. And I'm from the East Coast, so I understand humidity.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, we have it.
Someday.
We definitely have it.
Ask for me.
But definitely, we're like about 15 minutes outside of Nashville. So anywhere you come in Tennessee, we'll be close. So we'll make sure and get.
We're right in the middle of the state.
We'd love to.
Oh, so wow. Okay, great.
How can our listeners, how can they follow you or find out about any upcoming projects and appearances? Of course, we'll put things out on the podcast
and the Twitter,
and do all that. But if you don't mind, if you would share with our listeners, and how can they get your books, more important?
Yeah.
All right, so if you're interested in pictures, autographed pictures, or if, let's say, for instance, it's hard for you to get to me, autographed pictures and my books too. My books I would get on Amazon or something like that. That's probably the cheapest way to do it. But if you buy my books and then you come to a convention, I'll sign them for free. All right.
Awesome.
If not, I have my books at my table, so you can purchase them there. You also can go to dianefranklin.com, and that's where you can get pictures and books signed as well. And the other thing is, if you want to follow me on social media, that would be the best, because I have other films coming out. My book, when my Better Off Dead book is out, I'm going to announce it there first. So you get all the inside scoop if you follow me. On Twitter, it's Diane Franklin 80, not an S, but 80. On Instagram, it's actress Diane Franklin. And then on Facebook, that's the hardest. Facebook, what happens is I'm on Facebook, but everybody.
You bet. Hello? Hi.
I think we're now lost. We come back?
I'm back.
Oh, sorry. Oh. There you are. That was.
I hope you're gonna.
Yes,
yeah.
We'll definitely go
to
edit. We're used to having to edit.
Good, you got everything. I think you got everything.
The hamster we have running the wheel for the internet.
The hamster's tired, I think. Yeah, it's running our stuff. Diane's still in there?
I'm not sure what.
I can hear you.
Diane,
okay.
Diane is still in there. Yes, she is. Diane's there. I see her.
Yep. Yay! I'm here.
One last thing. We had Laura Caluette as our very first guest. Now get this. We had technical.
Really? I love her.
We had technical difficulties with her interview as well. How ironic is that?
And it's just been these two. But here's the thing.
Here's what we want to do.
Yes, and you know who else you know?
Try to make this up.
Yes. Okay.
If we can get it figured out a date at some point in the future where Laura will defend her 80s trivia title. We'll have you and Laura compete against each other on 80s trivia. How about that?
What about Deborah Goodman? I know her too.
Oh, that would be awesome.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
We should have her in.
We'll have we'll just do the round robin. We'll have the whole bunch on.
Now, I will.
Awesome.
I will say, I was
right.
very close to winning. I guess, Miss Callie.
Yeah, you were real close to winning.
10 to 1.5.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah. He got 1.5 questions to her 10 right. So she's pretty sharp on that stuff.
I'm the worst I'm the worst in it, but I'm a good sport. So
I have fun with it. That's the main thing.
Well, we will definitely do that and have better internet connection the next time.
Definitely.
And we appreciate you being such a trooper.
all right.
It's
Yes.
been awesome.
Thank you so much for your time.
Good luck to everything that's happening in the near future. And we'll definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you for remembering me. Thank you.
That wasn't a problem.
All right.
That was not a problem.
Thank you for your time.
You guys, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on the show. Have a great day. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
We'll talk
guys.
to you again soon. Thank you.
All right, folks, that's going to
All
wrap
right.
it up.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. That's going to wrap it up for another episode of D&D Dynamite 80s. I'm DH.
Thank you, Diane, for being with us.
Thank
We
you
appreciate
again.
you.
Yes. We're definitely going to do a lot of editing.
Man, I think that was just to challenge us.
Wow. We're definitely going
We made
to-
it work, though.
It worked. It worked.
It
Hey, what a
worked.
great sport. What a
Absolutely.
great individual.
Check out everything that Diane's got
Yes,
going on,
definitely.
and I will place that information as it comes along on the Twitter
Yes.
where
keep
she'll
that-
be
keep that
and-
updated.
and all that good stuff.
again-
We appreciate all our guests, and we try to, if you'll get on Twitter and check that out, anytime they have something going on, I try to
We'll keep it
retweet that.
rolling.
Yeah,
And-
retweet that
And
information.
again, Ms. Franklin, thank you so much. All the technical difficulties. Just a remarkable individual, and to take her time and go through what we
That
went
was
through to
cool.
get that interview.
Yeah, that was
very,
neat.
very much so. Very appreciate
Yeah.
it. So, folks,
That'll be
until next
another one.
time,
Yep.
have a great day.
All right.